Hi,
you?
everybody.
Bonnie's here.
Diane. Hey,
Hi, Peter. Hi, Julie.
Hector. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Hey, everyone. On the D.
Hi,
everyone.
Alex.
Yeah,
Hello.
everybody's
Hello.
here.
Hi, Judy.
Yay.
Hi, Judy. Hi,
Judy,
Plato.
Donna. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Jen. Hi,
Hey,
Diana.
Hi, Diana.
Hi,
Julie. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Julie.
everybody.
Olga, Lucia. Hi, Diana.
Olga, Lucia.
Diana.
Nice to see you.
Hey, Alex.
Nice to see you, Nuno,
Hi.
Diana, and Peter, and
Okay.
everybody.
Wow. Almost everybody's here. Yay.
Alice. Alice.
Hey, Alice.
Hello, everybody.
Alice is here. Yay.
Wow.
Wow. Hi, Jelly.
Hi, Erica. Hi, Alice.
Hello.
I heard Erica. There she is.
Alice.
Hi, Alex.
Jan.
Hey, Jelly.
Oh, wow. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Jen.
How are you?
Hi, Julie.
Alice came and left.
Yay.
Is Bernadette?
Oh,
Alice is back.
Bernadette. Where is she?
I haven't
Sorry.
added her. Yeah, I'm doing it now. Thank you.
Thank you,
You're doing great,
Thank you,
Mary.
Laurie.
Asleep. Hit the button again.
And people are being very loud outside, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to mute.
Okay. Well, hi, Bonnie.
Oh, there's Bonnie.
Hey,
Hi, Bonnie.
Hey.
How are you?
Awesome.
Good.
Now, once daily. Good evening.
Yay.
Good afternoon.
Bernadette.
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 Hi.
Good evening.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I guess Alice
Oh,
had
great.
issues
And you?
today. She comes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
goes,
Just
looks
a pain in the hip.
Good.
Oh,
like. Really?
Oh,
No,
bye.
Came, she looked, and she left.
Maybe she'll come back. Maybe the spaceships are coming soon. I don't know.
I hope so. That'd be
You
exciting.
never know.
Last rings. Yuri, are you recording?
Yes.
Here?
Yes.
Thank you, Yuri.
Yay, Yuri.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, I gotta get
Hi,
this
Diana. Hi,
recording.
Yuri.
Hey.
Hey, Bernadette. No,
Hey,
no.
Bernadette.
Hi,
Yeah, and if you don't come, Bernadette, everybody misses you. Everybody.
yes. Needs me. That's why my
That's
hip is
true.
hurting.
Yay, Olga Lucia. You look kind there.
Yes, everybody's here. Yay.
Yay.
Oh.
Lee is not
Morning.
on the call today.
No?
Lee had a procedure this morning, so she won't be able to be with us.
Oh.
Okay.
But let everybody know. And I don't know if Diane Bernay, she had an appointment. She wasn't sure she was going to be able to change, so she might not be here as well.
Yes,
Diana,
yeah.
you're
thank
too
you,
far
Diana.
from the computer.
I'm too far from my phone? Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard from Diane Bernays she has an Alexandra. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, she had a doctor's appointment.
Yay,
John.
we're all recording. We are rolling here.
Yes.
All right. We have the next decade. Listen, my guess is that's going to take us 2 decades to manifest.
Whoa.
It just takes a while, but we'll have it to the exact day because we have it, and it was on the 12th, goes to the 1/1/30, but we're going to put each day, so 9 of them, when we complete it. And so we'll know, because 2040 is 10 more years than 2030. We'll know that we had it on the 12th of this month, and we'll know the exact day for all 9 events when they take place. And we'll have it dated. So you look at 12/12 when all 9 appear, and you look at that day on the coordinate system, and you'll know the beginning and the end as far as we're concerned. You know, the RV, I just got a note from Billy right before this started, and it is moving. That doesn't mean it'll happen, but it is moving. So there is a continuum that started this weekend that, as of a few minutes ago, is continuing. So that's the latest there. When it happens, it happens.
Yes.
When it takes place, it takes place.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
And when it doesn't, it hasn't happened yet. But that's where it is right now. And that is the first of 9 events on that list. So what I'll do is right now there's an event I'll put in front of the event the date that I actually have manifested. Now some of you may manifest before, and some may manifest after, but so that we have consistency and simplicity, we'll use when it happens to me. It could be simpler, right?
Yeah, but Peter, the word use, like you say, use. Do you reckon that co-create is a good one to pair up with it? No? Oh yes.
No, it's just it keeps it real simple.
Oh, okay.
It's all of us, and I could use the first day that happens for one of us. But what if I don't know it?
What if you didn't know it?
And it keeps it simple. It'll be when it happens to me, it'll happen for our group.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
That way we don't go, oh yeah, it happened 2 days earlier for Bernadette.
No, it didn't. Actually, Peter, the 12th was a very significant day as well for me. To say the 12th was the pivotal, which is strange.
Yeah, well, the simple point is, if you look at the website, that section was done on 12th.
Right.
Of this month. And
I see.
As each one manifests, rather than in the future, it will be in the past. And in the past is there'll be an entry for that section in the small gray letters of the exact date that took place.
Ah.
And what I'm saying is, there is as much of a chance of being 2040 as there is finishing up by 2030. But as long as you're doing fine, each one of you, you'll have been through your 18 to 22 quarters. You'll be whatever youth you chose, and you'll be staying there. And you'll be having fun, being happy, growing personally, growing with skills, and you'll be free of quantum gaps.
Hey, folks, remember your mute button? Remember that one? It'd be white.
Noreen, can Sunny called me and said she wasn't on the link. She didn't get called.
She's on the link. I've rang her 6 times, so
Okay.
issues on her side. So
Okay. Thanks.
thank you.
Sure.
Peter, being that you're talking about events and timing and 10 years and 20 years, etc., I noticed that word number 253 says duration, and then in brackets below it, it says at least 50 years. So I was wondering if that is referring to a specific event, because duration to me, without that in brackets, it means it could mean a day or a year, or duration could be, depending on what you're referring to, it could be any amount of time, but it specifically says at least 50 years. And so I wondered there what you were referring to.
Halfway to antique.
Halfway to
antique.
To antique.
Yeah. Anybody that has dabbled in antiques has dabbled with the terminology, and the terminology is something is considered an antique once it is 100 years old.
Oh, true. Yeah, I see. Okay.
So maybe I'll put in half antique or something.
Yeah, I just thought maybe there was something happening after or at that 50-year point. So I was
No, it's an antique kind of thing.
Okay. Good.
So
Thank you.
it means another point is if something is 50 years old, respect it because it's halfway to being an antique.
What about maturity? Mature.
Pardon me?
That's what I keep telling my children.
Yeah, exactly. They could care less. So, thank you. I'll add that.
Thank you.
And some of our children will look like antiques before we do.
Yeah. Like most of us are almost an antique.
Vintage.
More than an antique.
Vintage, Peter. Vintage.
Oh, much better.
Sounds better.
I'm a little past antique now, but that's okay.
So, questions? I have found that quantum words are really easy now. That was a lot of work for a lot of people, but it's now in the past. And judging from the, I see Sunny has joined. Judging from the emails, a lot of you like it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
As a matter of fact, I've actually, in my head, I've started on the second, next 100, but then I'm violating the 50. We were just talking 50, halfway to antique. I'm violating half the truths. So for right now, I'm not going further, but red human, black human, white human, yellow human, baby, female, male. Those are all truths.
Yep.
They're not on that page. lesbians, gays,
Transsexuals.
transsexual, thank you.
Transgender.
They're not wrong.
Transgender.
Whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. So
Not transhuman.
a male has a counter
That's so funny.
spin, and a female has a counterclockwise spin. But if you take that spin and put it in the opposite body, the spin wins out.
Yes.
So there we are, starting on more truths. And,
So does it twin out or does it win out?
yeah, that's right. And then you have identical twins and triplets and quadruplets and
And cups.
4 different eggs. So you have a mess. In terms, you don't have simplicity then. And from my point of view, what the female does and goes through is amazing. You know, the technology of being a portal is amazing.
That's pretty cool.
It is. It really is. And in my mind, that is even as closely recognized as should be as race problems. I mean, to me, it's just amazing. So, anyway, we're gaining on it. So what if we're those non-events? So what if it takes 2 decades rather than 1? Who cares? But we'll know exactly because we listed it on the 12th of this month, and we're going to list it exactly as each event takes place. And thus we're using time as it was designed. Coordinate system. So anyway, there was a lot of work, and it took me almost a full day to put in all those changes, Judy. And I went beyond those changes and did other things that I just do. And many of you have made comments, your emails, and they're in there too. And it's like there's the quantum threshold, and then there's the individual quantum return, and it's almost like there's something else. And maybe, I don't know. But we're doing great.
Thank you for the transformation.
Yes.
Transformation, 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 transformation.
Right.
Thank you.
And then we had an example today that video on the Mesh Network.
Yes,
He's doing it.
that's
Now
right.
he doesn't know about quantum, and it'll be individuals who have a passion for that area and have returned to quantum and have figured out how to work with quantum entanglement.
What are you talking about, Peter?
The video that I sent out.
The mesh thing, the mesh technology.
Which one?
For the
Today.
smartphones.
Today,
This morning.
Ah,
this
this
morning.
morning. I didn't have a chance time to check it. Okay.
Yeah.
It is our new form of communication, Janet.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you for all the changes. It does. It's making it easier and easier, or it seems easier and easier for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's two things happening. You're getting more comfortable. You're all getting more comfortable, and with your help, the website is getting better.
Yeah.
And it takes time. It takes a lot of time to do it, but we are fabulous. And together, working together and doing it, it's working. So
it's like it's grounding more, earthed.
It's better each time, Peter. Every time you make the changes, it's easier for us to understand. It's better. That's why I said better each time.
And it was so apt, Judy.
Yes. Very apt.
So we're just getting better and better all the time. And that's the way quantum works.
Yes, less gaps.
Yeah.
And more fun. It's more fun, like when looking at the
definitely
truths. It's so much more fun.
Yeah, more organized.
Yeah, and when I look at the truth before, it was really more of a struggle. Where now it just feels very quantum, very flow. Makes it's like, oh, of course that's what it is. I mean, it's a very different experience. You changed it for me, so thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, the change.
Yay!
Yay!
Even with the heart experience, for me personally, it's been so much faster to go to the heart and to listen and to experience everything from the heart. It's been amazing these last few days even. I've been working with some words also, and the heart is one heart. It's very local, a lot less delay. That's what I feel. So
many of us lived through the evolution when there wasn't stereo, and all of a sudden is stereo. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Think back before stereo.
I do. Yeah.
Actual stereo, sound stereo. Okay.
So your magnificence is one channel, and your magnificence can now come to you through the heart. So you've gone from binaural to stereo.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, the volume is doubled for your magnificence. And so that's what you're experiencing.
Yeah. I can literally feel all the questions vanish talking to Magnificence through the heart. And it's acceleration.
Yes.
That's one word.
Yeah.
Roller coaster of love.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
only truth can express it. Not even words can deal with it. It's just the truth. So we cannot explain this easily to anyone else.
No. That's why doing it is so important.
Yes.
And then you share techniques, and then you start to use techniques, and that's when they become positive.
It's like
that's what's happening. And then when your group crosses the quantum threshold, that's enormous. You still have the spiritual ego issue to face, but that's only one step left. And if you notice, the spiritual ego is common, like the trickster is common. Your ego, whether it be weak or big or strong, is just you. When you have a spiritual ego issue, it is the same one that everybody has to go through. So it's a manifestation of the trickster. So the trickster really is twofold. It will get you on quantum, but then it says, oh, by the way,
ETW.
Ego thing to deal with. And it really is an extension of the trickster.
So spiritual ego is the extension of the trickster.
Yes, exactly.
It's like an octopus that has a tentacle.
Yeah, it's like the noon on an analog clock, you know. You got the trickster and the spiritual ego working side by side, you know.
Yeah.
And then,
or you could say it a different way. Well, you thought you mastered me, but not yet.
It's the final test.
In the Native American, they use the coyote as the trickster.
Yes, it certainly is appropriate.
I have a question about the spiritual ego.
Okay.
Also, those that live in real energy have spiritual ego. Is that true?
Is that the hierarchy now?
They haven't gotten advanced enough.
I see.
Oh. I thought it was the hierarchy, the spiritual, with the beings and the archangels.
No, there's a big difference between levels of learning in hierarchy.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Peter, can I just want to ask you a question then? So, in mastering the trickster, we use our quantum strength and the truths. So, it's the same for the spiritual ego then, really being able to reach for quantum strength and really be in the truth. Continuing to, see and acknowledge wherever those false beliefs are and find the truth to replace that.
Yes. It's just, it's more the subtleties are greater.
yes.
Well, and I feel like the spiritual ego can be a lot more slippery because it could seem altruistic and it could seem it's going to pose as something that's very positive, but it's under there, it's hiding. So it can be a little harder to detect.
Yeah, more sophisticated.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was. Oh, yeah, I do. But this person who's on today was concerned about 29,500 super cycles in the future. And that's when the asymptote begins to close in on the maximum. But the asymptote will make the issues we deal with so subtle and so complex, we won't even know that the asymptote was going on.
And it's the continued, reminder that we need to just be in the now, be in the present.
Yes.
And that's being quantum. And, any part of us that wants to go too far forward or wants to know too many details is not quantum. That's the part where the trickster or the spiritual ego lies.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like you said, Diana, if you have too many questions about everything, then you're in your ego. You're not getting to the quantum yet.
Well, it's out that connection. It's looking for something outside of yourself because you're not in that connection and in your knowing. So it's looking for something outside to give you that certainty.
Bingo.
You also, Diana, you also have duality because you might be a bull in a china shop and use your strength, your ability to access quantum strength to get through that. But later on, you'll be so much better with quantum truths that you'll get through it and you won't have to use your strength. So you're having options.
We're learning how to flow. Learning how to definitely flow.
Exactly.
That's how the quantum truths feel. They feel like they're so much more in flow. It's just an immediate connection.
Yes.
And that's fun.
That is fun. And now you can get it through your direct connection through quantum entanglement to your magnificence. But also, you're going from binaural to stereo.
Yeah.
Because your heart, which is 5, is where you're simplifying. So through your heart, you also have access to your magnificence. And so,
have access to what, Peter?
Your
Magnificence.
Oh, magnificence. Thank you. I couldn't hear.
But it's now in stereo.
Yes, and I think
and louder and clearer.
Yeah, loud and clear. But you can block it using your spiritual ego very fast too.
That's the trickster.
Yes, even though it's much louder, you can still.
Yeah, so it's discerning.
Yeah.
Correct.
The sophistication of it. Since, Peter, you made all the changes in the website to the quantum page, I now have a chipmunk in the backyard who is totally the cutest little fun thing. And I just know there's no accidents. Trust you to have a chipmunk in the backyard. A chipmunk. That's so cute.
It is.
That's a nice little trickster for you. It's a very fun, in the moment, little guy.
Yeah.
Very in the moment. He's like, I was watering and I watered on his head, and he's like, watch where you're watering.
The chipmunk is a squirrel.
It's a little squirrel.
Right.
A little squirrel.
Okay.
Very, very cute little squirrel. Yeah. I asked last year, I'm like, I would really like to be friends with a chipmunk. So it took a year, and it's in my backyard. They're very cute. They're very fun. But just I noticed that he's around, and he's a little bossy thing since, you know. There's a new little friend. All love, really, all love.
Yeah.
Peter?
Yes.
I wanted to make an observation. The binaural, a lot of times that's in music, binaural beats, and it's related to the brain, synchronization of the brain, and we have grown past that. If does full spectrum make sense with the stereo that you're talking about, full spectrum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, new colors go with full spectrum. Rainbow is the current spectrum.
Yeah.
become more colorful and more vivid.
So will it become more arched, the rainbow?
That's kind of 2030 to 2040 when we'll see that. Remember, you guys are less than 40, and there are zillions in 1,000 interconnected universe. If you notice on the quantum page, there's an X and a Y, an X, Y, and Z, and then X, Y, Z, and interconnect. All four exist. Now, that'll almost go to 5. It will. It'll go to 5. But
which all four will exist? Sorry, Peter. What, you said X, Y, Z, and then you said 4.
Interconnected.
Oh, in truth connected.
Right.
Interconnected.
Everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
All 1,000. So, and there's no plural to access. It's just, it's one of those weird words. Just stays access. And access was used in the war, Second World War. The two accesses were Europe and Germany, right? And we're introducing and using a new axis now, 104. And then we will go to 105, and it will be basically a broader spectrum and more vivid colors. It would be very exciting.
That's very cool.
Right now, we don't have it because it would be distracting. And it just wouldn't be understood. It would be misunderstood. For example, meditation. What is meditation? It's listening. And what are you listening to? Quantum digital computers. Or would you rather ask your magnificence and your heart? That's the trade-off you're making. When you pray, you're asking.
Yeah, there's a delay, isn't there? Delay.
And the delay is going to that same bank of quantum computers. It's part of pre-quantum. And you have delay.
Yeah, and delay is really the quantum computer playing Santa. Have you been naughty or nice?
Yeah, exactly. So,
like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But the point is that the learning and the relating and the ability to change your perspective instantly is fabulous. But it's only possible with quantum. And it will continue endlessly. Even after the asymptote is really close. The subtleties, the differences will be enormous. So it's pretty neat, I think, that it'll never end. It is endless.
So we always see a contrast then.
Oh, yeah. And it'll be different for everyone because every one of us is unique. Every one of us is special. Every one of us is equal. And our endless future, now that we're coming back to quantum, is endless. If you're pre-quantum, you still have a lot of computing in your life, and you don't even know it. You're meditating to computer banks. You're praying to computer banks.
Oh.
That's just wonderful.
And for that, you have a delay.
No, it isn't. It's wonderful.
Okay.
And
for me, yes, it's fun. It's fun to know this. For me,
it is fun.
Yeah,
it is.
And no need to be like Mike. You're unique. So get with it, people.
Yeah. Because when you think in meditating, it's really a different perception or view for each one of us. So it's every time is different.
Right.
So for me, it was very hard in the beginning when I heard about meditation. It was very hard to understand anything, any of it, because I just couldn't. I knew I had to find my way, because it was so complex, so different from each person to person,
Yeah, you can't really describe it to anybody fully, can you?
Yes, it's unique for that person, person, and the banks of quantum computers, digital computers. Yeah, it's
quantum digital computers.
Quantum digital computers.
Digital, yeah.
But they're very fast digital computers.
Oh yes.
So there are no quantum computers except people.
Okay, thank you. I was wondering about that.
Wow, that was interesting.
Because of the last call. Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
It's like sentient spaceships, also something like that. No.
Say it again.
It has something to do with sentient spaceships, also.
Yes. See, all of Ashtar's spaceships are sentient because that's part of what's built in. So it's like they can do more than they know they can do.
Oh.
Because they have the sentient part, but they're not using this sentient part because they're not quantum.
Right? Yeah, then they need the analog body in there, so analog computer to run it after some time.
Yeah, to earth it.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to. They will learn about quantum.
Yeah.
It's building the interface, the common interface.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
The common interface, yeah.
See, living, LIVE, Bonnie and I can see Bonnie right now.
Yes, she's here.
We did a lot of work in the early 2000s on this stuff. We tested it. And we worked through somebody that had ties with the Germans. But that's what we were really working on. And we discussed what I saw one night. I saw myself doing the testing of what we're talking about right now. So that's 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And that's how detailed and how well we test things.
Yes.
It's amazing. And so we have consciously been involved with testing with the Germans.
Which German, Peter?
Adolf Eichmann.
Oh, is he a nice chap?
No.
Oh, okay.
Spelled live backwards.
Oh, right, okay.
Leaving
Gosh.
Evil for those not doing it quickly. But they knew a lot. But they were using evil and disregard for human life.
Yeah.
To make their advancements. And their technology was better than anybody's. But we rode the wave better than they did. The wave of positivity.
Yay.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, gosh.
The analog wave.
Yeah. Very smooth.
See, the irony is that the only way you can do analog is through the heart and magnificence. Right? And what are we focusing? We're focusing on how to be analog.
Yeah.
And we're focusing on fun and happiness and personal skills and skills barter will end up as being barter skills. And we're focusing on analog.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll become one big talent.
Yeah.
But it won't be a contest.
And it'll all work. I mean, the fact is, it's working now. I mean, many of you are healing yourself. Others of you are working on that. And you're able to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing now.
So, wow.
Peter, when you said that you and Bonnie had been working on something in the early 2000s, and now this is what's happening in real time right now, is that the same as deja vu?
No, deja vu is really of the mind.
Yeah.
The mind conscious brain thought can create things that aren't real, but they look real.
Is it like the Mandela thing? No.
But Bonnie and I were kind of ahead of everybody. And we're both interested in progress.
Mm-hmm.
And others weren't. Their interests in status quo and their own personal power.
Personal power.
Mm-hmm. Because that's part of ego.
Don't we have to go through that first, though, as an experience?
Mm-hmm. See, in a week ago, you're to serve. Well, that's baloney. because we're here to share. Then you go from weak ego to big ego, and you just make things up. It doesn't matter.
Kind of like Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I think the latest comment took. They haven't played it too much, but he said something like, "Let's get the children to the market fast," you know.
What?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
And then you graduate to a strong ego. And you basically stop changing. And then you realize, the best I can do is pre-quantum, and that's not good enough. I don't want to meditate to a bank of computers. I don't want to pray to that same bank of computers. I don't want that delay. I don't want computers.
Yeah. And Peter, Julie and I were talking about this yesterday. Meditating to the computers is much slower than just remove digital gaps, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Much faster.
That's exactly correct.
4.5 seconds to do it. Otherwise, you could be in 2-hour meditation trying to ask for something.
Right. And all you're doing is,
who knows?
talking to computers.
Yeah, it's like the average of everybody, isn't it?
And everybody feels comfortable that's doing it because lots of people are doing it.
Yes, it's common.
Right. It's called a herd of sheep.
Yes.
The sheep
and the wolf
jump over the cliff.
And the wolf said, "I used to be a werewolf, but I'm all right now." My favourite joke.
The games, children's games, Simon Says, that's the wolf. The sheeple have become the kids again.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
So we're at the point where COVID-19 is really bad, and it's worse in many states than it ever has been. We are very good, and so I don't know what we're going to do. So the point being is, we crossed the threshold. We know all the ingredients. The website is solid, and we're all equal. All unique. We're all different. All the tools are there.
Yes.
We know how to react. Mm-hmm. So it's simply a matter of doing it.
Yeah, and the opposite of react is create, isn't it? So, is it? Something like that.
Say that again, or...
The another word for, like the opposite of react is create. Create.
Yeah.
If you notice my email, what is it? It's
co-create. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because that's what we all are. We're all equal. We're all analog. We have lots of important things we've simplified. The truths being latest. And we've got an awesome team.
What's that, an explosion, Peter?
It's the weather.
Gosh.
Now, we're in Colorado Springs. It was just thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that one. Wow.
So,
well, another week has come and gone.
yeah. And so enjoy each day, make use of each day, be happy, have fun, grow your personal skills, grow your bartering skills.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. And those of you in the RV, enjoy that, because that'll give some immediate relief. It is the first of 9 on the list. And see you next week.
Thank you so
See you
much.
next week, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you next week,
Thank you
everyone.
so much,
Wonderful to see
Peter.
everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Nice to see everybody.
Love you, Peter.
Thank you, everybody.
Love you all.
Love you all.
Good to see
you,
you.
Alfred.
Bye.
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 Bye, Yuri.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Judy.
Bernadette.
Bye, Peter. Bye, Julie.